Welcome back, everybody. Sive is here with the ForexPeaceArmy.com. Let's, in the second video today, as usual, take a look on the gold. So in the weekend, we talked a lot about the background, possible targets, patterns, so I just will not repeat the same stuff today. It's about the possible garbage butterfly to the upside, nearest daily target with this possible ABCD around the same top, where market stands around 55 area. So obviously here is market taking more and more in shape a kind of the ABCD performance. So it's logical to suggest some type of the ABCD target here. Market is not at the overbought right now, so not on the weekly, not on the daily. So and it has chances to keep going higher, but in this point we see some temporal pause in our prediction. Gold market is currently a bit well, too sensitive, I would say, to the geopolitical, just because if the background on Iran will change, here's might be a serious impact on the gold performance, because in the last couple of weeks market is moving by the actually geopolitics with the situation in Iran and Supreme Court decision. But if with the Supreme Court more or less everything is clear, Iran deal is still uncertain. And that's why it makes, and potentially could make, significant impact on the gold performance, at least in the short term, within the 1-2 sessions it might be. We suggest that currently the narrative around Iran will remain, nothing will change, and because we can't predict this stuff, and we will, based on our analysis on the keeping the all other inputs equal, so without any suggestion that well, it might be some changes in politics or something like this. Purely technical view. So on the 4 time frame chart, you could see that market starts some acceleration, and that makes overall analysis a bit, well, maybe not simple, but more or less clear. Since we have ABCD pattern, we have the extension leg here, and obviously the invalidation point of short-term stop stands in this point. We would not want to see the market will drop down and erased for 850 lows. In this case, all this rally will be erased. That will indicate totally the changing of the sentiment. At this point, market has completed a few local targets. I suggest that it also might be this small minor ABCD. So as the second part of this pattern. So you can see, right, so approximately it's the same type of action. And it means that we could focus just only on this most recent upward action. I would even say that at some degree it is typical for or suitable for a Napoli bread butter trade. If you plan here the moving average, you will see that in general the performance stands not bad. Actually, here we have some close to below the 3x3, but here we haven't got the 30% retracement. It was sideways action. That's why thrust mostly stands intact. All other action stands above the moving average. It seems small here, just because comparing to this one, but in general it is not really small, and it is quite suitable for possible trading it in a way of the bread and butter trade as we usually do. Second moment on the 4 time frame chart that we could keep an eye on is to watch on MACD. You can see the market right now comes in touch with the MACD line, and here's my big grabbers. Our perfect scenario suggests that if we will get this retracement down to the previous stops around 51 area, and we will get the grabber here on the 4 time frame chart, that's might be a good opportunity to consider taking a long position. On the hourly chart, you also could see that around 51 area we have a confluence support, 50.72, 50.93 approximately. So some downward action here will be, well, very nice if it will happen. Another reason, technical reason of course, for possible reaction is completion of ABCD XOP target of our hand shoulders that we have traded. So here's market has completed extended target of the pattern, and that also explains the reaction. What's other things that we need to keep an eye on the hourly chart? This is the same trick started with possible triangles. You know that the gold market likes to start performance as it looks like the head and shoulders, but then it softly, gradually turns it to triangle, and then continue upward action. This is typical behavior for the gold market. And once again, here we need to keep an eye on. For now, as we suggest the possible retracement, and for retracement in general, appearing of the head and shoulders is the most common thing that we could get. So it will be some completion of the head and shoulder and kind of the ABC that could lead us precisely to this point where we consider taking the long position. At the same time, just control the situation. If you will see that instead of the head and shoulders, we're starting getting a kind of triangle consolidation where the market is gravitating to the upward direction, it might be the sign of taking out of this top. I'm not sure that's definitely will be breakout and upward continuation, but some return back to the top is quite possible. Since we are planning to take the long position, it's not very important to us. We're not intended to go short here, but it might be important for those who trade on intraday charts and just to not miss the possible upward continuation if a retracement to the 51 area will not happen. So that's 2 moments to keep an eye on. As a bottom line, what we have in general, context remains bullish. Market has completed a few local targets that explains possible retracement. Geopolitical risks we are not discussing just because we do not know what will happen. Based purely on a technical background, on the follow time frame chart, we are watching for the same area on 51 and possible appearing of the grabbers on the follow time frame chart. Its appearing will be a really great assistance for possible for taking a long position. On the hourly chart, we are controlling a couple of patterns. First, the hand and shoulders, which suggests deep retracement and reaching of the confluence, or the triangle. Triangle suggests earlier upward action, but doesn't guarantee that it will be straightforward upward continuation. At the same time, since OP target stands very close, and if triangle will be formed and will be broken up, you can see that very few chance that market will ignore the OP. Most probably it will go to the 53.50 in this case to complete this OP destination point. Appearing of the triangle doesn't actually contradict to possible grabber. They both could be appeared. That also will be bullish background. So as you can see, overall situation is not as really sophisticated. Just has to be patient and careful on signing some important patterns. That's actually all that we need to do currently.